Hello and welcome to the Public Health Internship for Spring 2022. I'm presenting this in January at the start of the spring semester, and I'm going to go over some information here that will help get you started with your internship and cover some of the terms that I will be using throughout the semester. Note that the video contains sound, so please be sure your audio is on so you can learn all the important information contained here. As I mentioned, the video is narrated, so adjust your sound as needed, or you can view it with closed captioning on YouTube, and you can find it by searching YouTube. I wanted to introduce myself. Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Grunwald. I use the pronouns she, her, and hers, and I am excited to be with you for an internship semester. Some of you, this is your second semester. Some of you, this is a third semester because you're now adding an elective internship on. But many of you are doing your first semester of your internship, and I want to just welcome you and let you know that you're going to have a great experience. What students say again and again is, wow, I learned a lot more than I thought I was going to. And this is true whether your internship is in person, hybrid, or fully remote. Even the fully remote internships, students have been really surprised by how much they gain from this experience, and that's why it's one of our capstone experiences in MESCOF. I like helping students with these pre-professional experiences because I get to see and support you experiencing what it's like in the real world. So from, being in that professional workplace, sitting in on meetings, and really getting ready to launch your career in public health. And I am here to help you as you apply concepts from your classes over the past several years and take them into the agencies and community organizations where you will be doing your really good work. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions. If you are concerned at any point that you're not earning enough hours, if you need to run something past me in terms of communication, just reach out via email and we'll email about it, or we'll set up a time for video conferencing or phone to talk about it. And yeah, I'm just happy to be a resource for you here. I've been in the College of Public Health for quite a few years now, and I also teach the undergraduate public health writing class called Public Health Narratives. So some of you I will know from there as well. Okay, let's get going. I'd like to read our U of A land acknowledgement statement. We respectfully acknowledge the University of Arizona is on the land and territories of indigenous peoples. Today, Arizona is home to 22 federally recognized tribes, with Tucson being home to the O'odham and the Yaqui. Committed to diversity and inclusion, the university strives to build sustainable relationships with sovereign Native nations and indigenous communities through education offerings, partnerships, and community service. So this is what I'm going to go over in this video, and I'll try and move through this quickly so that you can refer to the other things on our D2L site. So I'll talk about shared expectations and responsibilities, the internship assignments. Those are the academic assignments that go along with your applied work at your community agency. I'll talk about some common questions and experiences, and finally share some advice from your public health peers. So you're going to find these shared expectations detailed in the internship manual. That's your syllabus. And this goes over your responsibilities. It goes over the preceptor responsibilities. It goes over my responsibilities and includes information about how you earn grades in this class. Your work plan, which you submitted in order to be admitted to this class and enrolled, identified your public health focused internship, but I do want to acknowledge that it is a plan. And sometimes those plans change, and that's fine. So reach out to me and your preceptor if you need to adjust that work plan at any point. So you are currently enrolled in either a 6-unit internship, and you'll be earning 250 contact hours this semester, or a 3-unit internship, and you'll be earning 125 contact hours this semester. We have this many contact hours because it's University of Arizona policy that there are 45 hours of effort for every 1 unit of enrollment. So actually, if you do the math, 6 units of enrollment times 45 hours per unit is 270 contact hours. But you can see up above, I'm telling you that you only will be earning 250 contact hours for your 6 units. And that's because I've already budgeted time in for you to complete the academic assignments required for this course. And it's the same thing with 3 units as well. So when you can start counting your internship contact hours, once you're enrolled in this class, and you can start counting them the first day of classes, Wednesday, January 12th. The last day you can count internship contact hours is Wednesday, May 4th. Be aware of holidays and potential time off this semester. Those include Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, President's Day if it's observed by your community agency, and spring break. So make sure you talk to your agency and your preceptor at the beginning of the internship, so right now, especially about spring break. If you're planning to be away for that week, that means you're going to have to earn your hours in all the other weeks of the semester. So make sure you've talked to your internship agency about that. So remember that the average number of hours that you're going to earn each week is just that. It's an average. And this is assuming that you're going to work every week with no planned time off. So that's 15 active weeks of time. So if you're enrolled in 6 units, on average, you'll earn 17 hours per week. And if you're enrolled in 3 units, on average, you'll earn 8.5 hours per week. So you might earn 15 hours one week in a 3-unit internship and 5 hours in another week. That's totally fine, as long as by the end of the semester, you've earned 125 hours for 3 units and 250 hours for 6 units. A note on the hours. As I mentioned, you're expected to spend about 20 hours working on the academic assignments, and you'll find those on our D2L site, and I'll talk about a couple of them here. And as I said, this has already been factored into your overall hours. So note that the hours you spend working on these academic assignments do not count towards your contact hours, so do not put those on your activity log. The hours on your activity log are all exclusively earned on the applied internship experience you're having, whether fully remote or in person. And we do this because federal regulations require that all internships for credit include work experience and an academic component. And that really is to protect you as students. So now I'm going to go over the responsibilities. You see that we have this triangulated relationship between you, me, and your preceptor at your agency. So your responsibilities are going to include going carefully through the internship manual, that's your syllabus, delivering on your work plan, treating the internship like a job, so being professional, and remembering that you represent yourself, MESCOF, and the University of Arizona, communicating your needs to your preceptor, negotiating your schedule with your preceptor, and completing all required assignments by the posted deadlines. Several more of your responsibilities, and this is advice from other previous MESCOF interns. So many sites require intake paperwork, other documentation, etc. Make sure you get all of your onboarding done ASAP so that you can begin your active contact hours in the first 7 to 10 days. So again, check with your agency ASAP to see if you need a COVID or other vaccination or proof of that, if you need CPR certification, if you need a background check or a fingerprint clearance. I worked in a community agency for several years before I was here in MESCOF, and we did require a background check because our interns were working with sometimes underage students, so K through 12 students. So that had to be done before they could get working. So if you are in that situation, just inquire now, right now, this week, with your preceptor to see that you can get all this done ASAP. So your preceptor responsibilities are next here. So remember, the agency is the site, the community site, the place where you are interning, and the preceptor is your site supervisor, and they are the person who signed off on your work plan in general. They will mentor you, and they could write you a letter of recommendation someday. They will answer questions and resolve issues. They'll serve as your point of contact and my point of contact too. So reporting any concerns or issues, both you and I can be in touch with the preceptor. And they will complete midterm and final evaluations, and they will approve or sign off on the hours on your activity log. My responsibilities include serving as an ongoing contact for you and the preceptor, grading the academic internship assignments, and assigning the final internship grade. And I do want to make sure that I've made clear that any information you share with me is confidential. And that could be something you share in your assignment that you submit to D2L or something in a conversation. I will only share things with your preceptor or with the agency if I have your explicit permission. So now I want to acknowledge that you are human, which means that mistakes might happen, and that you're learning, which means you don't know everything. So just go into this experience with humility and with the perspective that you're there to learn. Everyone's going to make mistakes sometimes. We all still screw things up. So just know that the best course of action, if you were to miss a deadline, or if you did something that wasn't exactly correct, talk to someone right away. Usually the problem occurs when we try and hide something, and we all make mistakes. Your internship agency knows that, I know that. So just know that I'm here to help you process this experience in your learning. And as I've been saying, it's okay to ask for help. That's why I'm here. So some of the examples of help that students need are balancing their internship and other responsibilities. For a lot of students, this is a new experience, and this is going to be especially true if you're doing the 6-credit internship where you have to earn 17 hours per week. Reach out to me with questions or concerns about how to balance things. You can also go to the think tank at U of A because they do a lot of support with balance and time management too. If you need to have a difficult conversation with someone at your internship, you can have that conversation with me first, and I can help you plan for it. If you need to raise concerns with your preceptor or another mentor, and you don't know how, I'm a safe place to start. I am here to help you practice. You can run emails past me before you send them, all those sorts of things. I'm also here to help manage uncomfortable situations. This doesn't happen very often, but on the rare occurrence that this does happen, please note that if you feel uncomfortable in your gut for any reason, you can come to me. Sometimes I'll bring your advisor in as well. And we will problem solve and strategize together so that we can make things less comfortable, and we can just turn the situation around. Again, this rarely happens, but just know I'm here if it does. And then finally, I want to talk about processing or learning through cultural humility. So I've talked about approaching your internship with humility, but with cultural humility, this is sort of building on the ideas of cultural competence and cultural awareness that you've probably heard of. Cultural humility is recognizing that nobody can be an expert in another person's culture. So even though we can't be experts in someone else's culture, we can still try our best to learn with sincerity and with honesty and with humility. And so I'm still learning how to do this. We're all still learning how to do this. It's a lifelong endeavor. It's why we refer to it as a practice. But just know that I'm here to help with these situations if anything like this comes up as well. So yeah, bottom line, I'm here. I'm here to help when you need it. I want to talk about how you're going to process your learning. These are the assignments you're going to do. These are really great and designed to help you reflect and also have checkpoints with me. So if there's something concerning coming up, there's kind of a built-in feedback loop with me. You'll see the variety of assignments that you do here. You can pause the video and just look through this if you need to, but these are also detailed on your syllabus. These are all the activities that you'll do throughout the semester, and you'll note that there will be some things that are not required for 493B elective students, but if you're a first semester student, you'll complete all of these. So as I said, the 493B elective internship students, please refer to the separate module on the content page of the D2L site, and there'll be an additional welcome video there if you need it. And same thing with HPS 493A second semester students. There's a separate module on the content page of the D2L site for you because you've already completed some of these assignments. So you don't have to do certain assignments a second time. Now, the university resources that are available for learning support, of course, our College of Public Health advising team is available to you, and you know your advisor. You can reach out to them at any time. The Disability Resource is a great site if you need support for your academics or if you need support at your internship site. So the DRC can actually work with your internship agency to help if you need any additional supports. The Dean of Students office is there and available to you for COVID-19 information or other support that you might need. We also have Student Success and Retention Innovation, where if you need extra support, you can go there. And finally, the think tank. And I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but the think tank has great time management tutoring sessions. These are free. You can schedule the appointment or do a drop-in. They'll go through your syllabi, all of them together, and help you map out the semester. They have that semester on a page document that you can look at that allows you to enter in all of your different classes. So just on one page, you can see what you've got coming up. I strongly recommend that resource. And, you know, the think tank just wants me to share that although they're sort of known for their academic support, they also do have a lot of support for students around professionalism and time management. So do take advantage of these resources. This is how you're going to earn your grade in the internship class. We do superior, pass, and fail grades for this class. So we do not do A, B, C, D, but we do superior, pass, and fail. And you'll find More of this information that you can read through on the syllabus or your internship manual. So the first assignments you're going to complete are reading the internship manual and taking the Getting Started quiz. And you also should set up your activity log and start documenting your internship work in the first week. I recommend doing that every week. So that Getting Started quiz you'll find on our D2L page under quizzes. And on the content page, you'll also find the internship manual and the activity log. So use that activity log template. Please use the Excel spreadsheet. I cannot open other file formats, so you need to use the Excel spreadsheet format. Thank you. And then here on the content page is where HPS 493B elective students will find their module, and where HPS 493A second semester students will find their module and their specific information. This is what the public health internship manual or syllabus looks like, and I'm going to go through a few items from this for you now. So this is the activity log and the template. So you find this right there on that content page. Notice that you want to make sure it's the spring 2022 template, which I know it is. And then you want to make sure that you fill out this information at the top. So if you turn this in without this information filled out, it's incomplete and you will not earn the grade that you would like to, the full number of points if you don't complete that information on the top. So as I've been saying, please use the template provided. Please use the Excel format. What you'll do is each week you'll provide a short summary of what you did and how the work is related to public health. So I'm going to page back here because you can see a summary of activities and the connection to public health. So the connection to public health is where you reflect on what you've learned that week. So even if your activities are similar from week to week, the connection to public health should be different every week. So you should not just copy and paste from each one of them. And remember, your hours at the end of the internship will equal the number of units enrolled. And you'll email this to me at midterm and final. So you will not email it to me. You'll submit it to me on the D2L Dropbox, and you will email it to your preceptor, and they will sign off on it and let me know if there's any questions. So students are often curious about what they should include on the activity log or what counts. So examples of what you can include are working at your agency site or working from home on approved projects, traveling to an agency event during your regularly scheduled hours. So this would not be traveling to and from your regular site, but if you were, let's say, volunteering with the Autism Society for Southern Arizona and you were leaving from the office to go do a presentation at another location, that travel time would qualify. Participating in any meetings, whether Zoom or in person, qualifies. But here are some examples of what activities do not count for the activity log. So any time spent setting up your home office, your regular daily commute to and from your internship, that doesn't count. Doing your internship course assignments, and any virtual or in-person shadowing of physicians, physical therapists, that nature, that does not count because that's clinical related, and we need your activities to be public health related. So just as an example, when I come to campus, I do not count that during my work day. That's just part of my commute time. But once I'm on campus, if I have to walk to a meeting in another building, I count that. So anything that's part of your day, once you arrive at your agency site, that can go on your activity log. I've mentioned the midterm and final evaluations. I will email a link to your preceptor, but you can preview what that evaluation will look like on our D2L content page. The preceptor will complete the evaluation and then have a one-on-one conversation with you to review and discuss the assessment. And then you write a midterm evaluation reflection and a final reflection, and those will earn points towards your final grade. So here are a few notes on your deadlines. You'll find this in the internship manual or your syllabus. You'll see when the dates are due, and you will note that there are points attached to all these academic assignments. For second semester students and elective students, make sure you refer to your specific dates and deadlines because you don't have to complete all the assignments that first semester students complete. So some common questions and experiences that students have. How can I set myself up for a proactive start at my internship site? So the best thing to do is set up a meeting with your preceptor right away in your first week And if you're already watching this and you haven't had that first meeting with your preceptor, do that ASAP. What you want to do is review the work plan to make sure everything still looks good and make sure that you're on the same page in terms of the goals and when you will complete things. And then ask them questions about their preferred method of communication. So if they are okay with texting and exchanging cell phone numbers, great, that's just going to make it super easy for you. But if they prefer email or phone calls, you just want to know that so that you can be doing that and following that protocol. You want to have a good understanding about that so that communication is clear going forward. Sometimes students will say, I'm having a tough time connecting with or communicating with my preceptor. What should I do? So this is a time when it's really good to look around at the internship and see if there are anyone else there that can provide you with some context or can provide you with some mentorship. Someone else at the site, whether it's an intern or someone else that works there, they understand the agency, they know your preceptor, so they might be able to give you some insight and good advice. If you can't connect with your mentor or with your preceptor, or even if you're able to, just know that you can always contact me. In fact, I prefer that you loop me in and include me with an email if there are any major or even minor communication issues going on, because then I can just offer you support and strategies so that you don't find yourself in a situation where you are not earning your hours. We want to always be sure that you can earn the hours that you need for your internship. So sometimes things happen. This is very rare, very, very rare, but every once in a while, some things happens where, the chemistry is just a little off and you need a little coaching, and I'm available to help with that. Will my internship be valuable and fun? Yes, absolutely. I mentioned this at the beginning. Every semester students say, I'm thrilled. This is my favorite experience that I've had at the U of A. It's my favorite MESCOF class. I learned so much more than I thought I was going to. So if you're feeling a little nervous or shy at the beginning, just know that a lot of students feel that way, and that almost all students report that this is one of the most valuable, if not the most valuable experiences that they've had when they've been at the U of A. So put yourself out there, be brave, have fun. You're going to learn a ton, and I'm excited for you. So on to some advice from your peers. I would say to remain adaptable and never give up. There may be times that will be stressful, but you'll get through it with the help from others. Communicate with the preceptor as much as possible. It can be really fun. It makes the whole thing worthwhile, and you learn a lot just by chatting with the preceptor. Absolutely. I have learned the most in situations, especially early career situations in my 20s, just by chatting with people. Be confident. Your ideas and public health education have value. By applying yourself, you can really transform your internship experience from just completing the requirements to one where you learn, grow, and expand your network. You and your agency have the opportunity to mutually benefit from each other. It's okay not to fully know what's going on in the beginning. It took me a while to get in the groove of everything that was happening at my internship site. Don't hesitate to take advantage of meeting with the internship instructor, Dr. Grunwald. She helped me figure out a problem and it was so helpful to know I had someone who understood my situation. Yes, happy to help. Be creative. Talk to the presenters that had an impact on you after. Reach out to anyone during the internship and pick their brain. Understand that this internship will provide more quality with more initiative. Absolutely. The more you put into this, the more you will get out of it. Now, I just want to say that you've got some amazing life changes coming this semester. Some of you will walk away with a job. Every semester, we have students who get a job offer either from the internship where they're located or from a community partner. So just know that that's out there in your future. You could be setting yourself up for an excellent letter of recommendation. So just remember to put your best foot forward. Work as hard as you can to leave a lasting, positive impression on all the people you come in contact with, and just reach out if you need my help. So now a few required notices. The internship instructor, college, and university are not responsible for any financial obligations, including but not limited to travel, transportation, housing arrangements, medical care for injuries related to the internship experience. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Here's my email again, laurag1@email.arizona.edu, and I do my office hours by appointment.